Hello kindergarten, so I've asked you to draw a picture of you at an art museum, and we looked at a couple of pictures of different art museums and how there's lots of walls with lots of pictures and frames, and I just wanted to show you quickly how to kind of draw a wall of art and then how to add you into the picture. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is write your name and the day you have art. Day A, day B, day C. Flip it over. The next decision you're going to need to make is, do you want to draw on your paper this way, or would you rather turn it and draw on your paper this way? It's completely up to you. Now there are a couple of different ways that you could start your picture. You could start your picture very simply by drawing a straight line across your paper, and probably closer to the bottom of your paper, not very high, because you want to leave enough room. This will be the wall, and below the line will be the floor. So you want to leave plenty of wall room for your artwork, and just a little bit of floor room for you to draw yourself standing looking at the art. So you could do something as simple as drawing a straight line across your paper. So this is the floor and this is the wall. Now on the wall you can draw as many different neat artworks as you want, or you can draw one really big one, or you could even add a sculpture, maybe a sculpture hanging from the ceiling or a sculpture sitting on the floor. Completely up to you. You're the artist today. So I'm going to start with the artwork. And I'm just going to I'll draw, let's see, a fairly large rectangle. Now remember, a rectangle has two long sides and two short sides. And I went across a little too far there, so I'm going to erase that. And remember that it's only a shape if all of the lines are touching. If you have an open space between your lines, it's not a shape. And I think here I'll do more of a square shape. And then I want to add some frames, because remember the art museum had beautiful frames. And then you get to decide what picture goes in the art. I want to quickly show you how to draw yourself looking or standing at the art museum. So when I draw people, I usually start with a rectangle for the body. So two long lines and two short lines. Now the rectangle overlaps the line. So what it looks like is that we can see through the rectangle and see are you transparent like a window? No. So you need to erase the floor line that's inside your body. Then I'm going to add a head, which is a circle shape on top. A big smile because I'm at the art museum. Some ears. My hair. Some happy eyes, and my nose. Don't forget a nose. And then let's see, my arm. And then I need a hand. So just to make it easy, I'm just going to add 5 lines for a hand. And then my legs. 2 lines. And then kind of a pointy oval shape for my legs. Okay, it's that simple. You do whatever artwork you want. I want to show you a second way that you could do it, just in case you'd rather do it a little bit more complicated. This is the easiest way. Just draw a straight line. Above the line's the wall, below the line's the floor. You could do something where you draw a wall first. This is more complicated. And then, so this wall is basically a rectangle shape. And then from the rectangle, I'm going to draw a diagonal line off the paper. So I took the corner of the rectangle or square and drew it off the edge. So this is a wall, this is a wall, this is the ceiling, and this is a wall. So here I would add my artwork. It's got to have a frame. And then maybe here I would add one of the sculptures we saw in one of the photos, a mobile sculpture. Hanging from the ceiling. And then I would draw myself again. So I would draw my rectangle for the body, circle for the head. Now I'm not transparent, I'm not made of glass, so I need to erase that line that's inside. Nose, happy eyes, a smile, ears, some hair. I need to erase the line inside my hair, and then my hands and my arms. And my legs. And there I have me at an art museum. Like I said, it's more complicated. You start with a square, draw diagonal lines off your paper, and that's the back wall. I could even put artwork on this wall here, because that's another wall. So that's how you draw yourself at an art museum. Okay, now that you have your drawing of you, a self-portrait, a picture of you in the art museum, we're going to now add color. The first thing that I like us to do when we draw with pencil is to trace our pencil lines with a permanent black marker. That helps our design show through when we add color. And so you're just going to take your marker and you're going to trace or draw right on top of your pencil line. So you're not drawing anything new, you're just making your pencil lines go from gray or the graphite color to black. And you want to do this as neatly as possible. Make sure when you're using a Sharpie permanent marker that it works. Don't use one that's dying and that's kind of making a gray color and not a black color. And then in this step, if you make a mistake, so let's say instead of tracing this triangle perfectly, I accidentally traced it like this. You can simply, that's the great thing about permanent marker, is you can go back and you can erase your pencil line that you didn't quite trace over, and it makes it go away. And then all you see is the black line. So take your time. Permanent marker cannot be erased. So you want to take your time and do the best tracing possible. So go slow. If you go real fast with a permanent marker, sometimes it seems like it's dried out. But with a Sharpie, if you go slower across your paper, it makes a nice black dark line. When you're done using the Sharpie, please put the cap back on nice and tight, push it on there. And then what I like to ask my students to do after they trace with Sharpie is to erase their paper. Erase any pencil that might be poking out. So if you did a really good job tracing, you won't have much to erase, but go back over it with your eraser, pressing hard, wiggling back and forth to get rid of any pencil. Okay, and now you are ready to add color. And today you can use crayon to color in your picture. So any colors that you want that you're going to color in your picture, you're going to color most of it. So if you want your walls to be white, okay, but most of your paper needs to be colored in. And you could also add some sort of design to the floor, which I know I didn't talk about, but you could add a design to the floor. So we're going to color this in completely, and we'll have a finished, beautiful artwork. It's a self-portrait of us at the art museum. Good job, kindergarten.